Hello and welcome to the first video on the 5-Minute Maths YouTube channel. Today we're looking at an introduction to angles. This video is for all exam boards, AQA, Edexcel and OCR. So first of all, this should be a recap of prior knowledge. These are the different types of angles. We have a 90-degree angle formed by two perpendicular lines, a 180-degree angle formed by a straight line, and a 360-degree angle, a circle. Values smaller than 90 but larger than 0 look like this, not quite as wide as the 90-degree angle, narrower gap between the two lines. The opposite can be said about obtuse angles, 90 degrees to 180 degrees. The gap hasn't quite stretched out to what it would be if it was a straight line, but it's also clearly larger than the 90-degree angle, so it's between 90 and 180. The third type of angle is a reflex angle. It's gone past the point of being a straight line, and it's now larger than 180, but it's not quite a full circle yet, so it's not 360 either. Angles in triangles. There are 4 types of triangles that you need to know about at GCSE, and the first one is an isosceles. Isosceles have 2 equal sides, as shown by the 2 lines, and 2 equal angles as a result of this. Equilaterals work similarly. They have 3 equal sides, and all angles within are equal. A right-angled triangle contains an angle that's 90 degrees, and 2 angles that are acute and also add to 90 degrees. The sides may or may not be equal, but this longest length here is always the largest. It's known as the hypotenuse, and there'll be videos coming in the future on that. The final type of triangle is a scalene triangle. It has no equal sides and no equal angles. This one doesn't come up very often in GCSE maths, but you should still definitely know about it. Notice that in all 4 cases, the angles within the triangle sum to 180. This is true for any and all triangles. In a square or a rectangle, all angles are 90 degrees. This should be common knowledge by now, because all lines are perpendicular to each other, all lines that form angles, so there are 4 sets of 90-degree angles. Okay, now we're going to get on to some practice questions. When a question says that 2 lines are perpendicular, you should immediately think 90-degree angle. This one has a bisector in it, which means it splits the angle into 2 components, one of size x, one of size 28. So we can write that x plus 28 is still of size 90, it's just been split up. Rearranging this for x, we get x is equal to 62. The second question is similar. It's a 180-degree angle because it's on a straight line. You should know this immediately and write it down as soon as you can. It's been split into 2 components, 112 and x. So write that 112 plus x is 180. Rearranging again, we get that x is equal to 68. The third question, again, the same thing. You should immediately see this all around one point forming a circle, and you should note this is 360 degrees. This time it's split into 3 components, and we're given one value, but we're also given this square, which we should know by now is a 90-degree angle. 115, 90 and x are the 3 components that sum to 360, so we want to write that down and then rearrange. 360 minus 90 is 270, 270 minus 115 will give us the value of x, which is 155. Now, more complicated question here, a 3 marker, is one involving an isosceles triangle. So the 2 straight lines here should immediately be screaming out to you that we're going to have 2 equal angles. Now, what you need to know is that the angles formed by the equal lines and the line in common are going to be the equal ones. So we can say angle BAC, 57, equals angle ABC, x. This allows us to realize that x is 57. Now we can use the fact that angles in a triangle add to 180 degrees to do some simple rearranging, in which we do 180 minus 114, the sum of the 2 known angles, which will give us y. We can write y, and we cannot forget to write down x as well, because the question did ask for both. The final question is this one, where you need to recognize patterns and recognize formulas such as angles within equilateral and rectangles. So we know this is a rectangle because it has AB equaling DE and AE equaling BD. 4 right angles within here means we can immediately put this one as 90 degrees. Now BD equals DC equals BC tells us that this is an equilateral triangle, which means this angle up here is going to be 60 degrees. So now we have 2 angles, 90 degrees and 60 degrees. And we know that alongside x, they all lie around the same point B. So they're going to sum to 360. First, just write that this is 90 degrees, this is 60 degrees, and that Around this point they sum to 360. Now write all your components and what they sum to, and rearrange it simply for x, 210 degrees. This matches the reflex angle shown earlier in the video, which is larger than 180 but not quite a full circle yet, so it's not 360 degrees. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped. Please consider subscribing to the channel. There will be more videos to come soon. Leave comments about what videos you want to see, and I hope this video helped you. Goodbye.